So two, we'll start with the pledge of allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, the one for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, we'll start with John, you're here for the, well, not really. Is that, you got other stuff, so you want to stay with that tonight, though?
Thank you.
John had sent me an email, for the DRB board, Jane Riviere and, Dolly Shepard, those terms were up, and they just need to be reappointed by the select board for a 3-year term. As long as everybody is okay with that, get someone just to make a motion.
I'll make a motion.
To appoint them.
Sherry made the motion.
I'll second it.
All those in favor say aye.
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 They're both for 3 years, right?
Yep, Jane
Okay.
Riviere, Guy Sheridan, all 3-year terms.
Okay. I thought he was an alternate, no? Okay.
No.
Yep.
And you had already previously talked to them, right? They wanted to be on there another 3, right? Okay. Do you have anything else for the DRB board while we're talking on that, or?
No.
No? Okay. Next, Linda had asked if, Amy Pond and the Richford Fire Department could be on to discuss, the steel dumpster. If you want to go ahead, Andy, or?
Okay. The steel dumpster, we have all metals in there now. For a while, we didn't have them because Hodgson's were not paying for a dumpster. Basically, in the past, we've had the town that was able to press the steel down for us. We figure we can get another couple ton in the dumpster by doing so. So we're looking for that to be done on a regular basis. We had a dumpster come last week and it's already pretty much full, so.
Do we get charged to have them come and pick the dumpster up?
No.
They have to come more frequently if it doesn't get pushed down.
Correct, and the profit goes towards the association, and the money the association earns basically pays for the extra fire trucks that the association owns.
How many trucks do you own?
4.
And how many does the town own? Money good spent then, well spent. Who's that, Mike? Mike.
Linda, you're in charge of the fire department, so what do you?
Yeah, I just don't see why it can't be done. It's been done ever since I've been on the board, and before that, it's simple. So,
We've crushed it in the past. A lot of times when we go down, you can't get near it because there's so much stuff piled around it, so you can't crush it.
because
I don't know, there always seems to be a lot of turmoil over just going down crushing the dumpster. I don't know what the big deal is myself. But I don't know. I don't think washing the parking lot out, washing it out into the street and leaving that is a very good gesture to have the fire department and the highway department seem to be at odds here lately. I don't know what the deal is, but.
it needs to end.
What's that?
I said it needs to end if you're at odds. We're all one town.
Well, I know that. I agree with that. I like to get along with most anybody, but.
Yeah, we do too.
What's that?
We do too.
Yeah.
So are
I
you,
think we ought to start working together instead of working against one another. When you wash your parking lot out back and wash all the nails and gravel and stones and all the debris out in the road and leave it, I don't think that's getting along with the highway department very well. Same thing with John Weatherby's upper store and his lower store. You got manpower enough to wash the street down, you think you could stand there with a couple of shovels and catch some of the debris rather than filling the catch basins up with the sand and debris that's washed out of the parking lots as you're doing a favor or making I guess maybe getting a donation from somebody.
Well, we were talking about that too, and I understand that you're head of the water department.
Yeah,
So isn't the water department in charge of the fire hydrants?
I would say.
When, can you tell me, is the last time you shoveled out hydrants?
I don't think we have shoveled hydrants.
That is,
Kind of a working thing back and forth here. You want to start nitpicking? You haul water to fill pools with. Do you pay for the water that comes out of the water department?
No.
Well, you can start picking. We can pick back and forth all night long. If you want to get along and try to work together, we can. If you want to argue about it, we can argue
We've
about
been
it.
shoveling out the hydrants for the last couple of years or for.
I thought that was an ongoing thing when I was on the fire department. We always shoveled out the fire hydrant. It was something, part of our Tuesday night thing that we'd do. We clean chimneys, shovel hydrants.
The town would show up with a backhoe to help us shovel them, wouldn't it? Because Gary Wright.
We still can if anybody would organize it. I can't just dream what everybody's doing. You gotta talk and communicate, I think.
So the way I'm looking at it right now, we have 3 Tuesdays a month we use for actual training, and we do trade. We go through the SCBA, we go through the pumps, we go through that. So you're gonna pay a fireman on Tuesday night to go around, where I think the training is more vital than shoveling out hydrants. We do have a guy that occasionally goes around and shovels out hydrants, he does a very good job. And I make sure that, he's recognized for that. So.
I don't know why this stuff has to wait for a selectmen's meeting to get chewed out. It seems though you could figure it out beforehand and come up with an answer. Not have to do it in public, so I don't get it.
Well, we
Waste
can
of
always
time.
have a meeting and not have it in public and try to iron
I
this
think it's a
out.
waste of time to sit here at a selectmen's meeting and chew over this stuff
But
myself.
basically what we're looking at is the dumpster itself right now. That's what we're focused on, and that's what it was about. That's why.
The last 2 or 3 times we went down to crush it, you couldn't even get near it. There was stuff piled out 8 feet around the dumpster. I don't know how you expect us to, if you want us to take care of it, bring it back over to the town garage and we'll take care of it like we used to.
Well, in the past, I've seen things pushed aside so it could be crushed, so we could put it in. The reason it's next to the dumpster is because we're not able to get it in because it hasn't been crushed.
In my opinion, it's not a very good spot for a metal dumpster out in back of the fire station. It's an eyesore,
Well,
and it's a hazard.
I don't lean over the town barn for this place either.
Well, it's better than there. It's a lot
Can I
less of
just
an
interject,
eyesore.
since I've been on the board through all of this? We used to have it up there, but it wasn't watched, and it was,
They had
people
a
were-
ramp where you could back up to it and dump stuff in it. It was
And-
all set up good, and then all of a sudden, I don't know what the deal
people were
was.
stealing out of it all the
Had to be moved
time.
to the fire station.
Well,
Made no sense to me.
there are
Well,
cameras
We weren't getting paid much over there, so people were throwing garbage in.
and stealing.
For them to take the garbage out of the dumpster, they charged us for what they would have paid us for the steel.
Well, the time I
And
was
then
there,
was-
I didn't see much
At
garbage.
that time, Scott, I don't know if you were working for the town then, but we actually had people on the town every morning, we get there early and go pick all the copper, brass and everything out of the dumpster.
Right.
So we weren't getting hardly anything for it.
Well, that's not the way it should work.
Is it a possibility to, because I have heard people complain about the dumpster being there, but on the other hand, I see that
A lot of people use it.
I think it's important to have it there.
Yes,
because
it is.
It wasn't there for a couple weeks when you guys switched, and people were complaining.
Oh, my
"We don't have
God.
a steel dumpster no more." So I think that the residents of Richford want a steel dumpster, and I think the money being donated is great to the fire department. But is there a happy medium where we could take it out from behind there? Like, why did it get moved from the town garage to over there?
I just told you, because it kept getting stuff taken out of
That was
it.
the-
Yes, yeah.
And people were dumping
And they
garbage.
were dumping garbage.
I never saw it garbage. While I was there it was there when I was working. I never saw any problem with garbage. Granted, the guys would take something out of it maybe, but
Well,
Would it be more?
a lawnmower is not worth $5, is junk.
Copper-
What's a
copper piping
$5
is.
lawnmower if somebody can donate something to the town in exchange for it, would be my thought.
but they're donating because they know as well that the money's going to firemen, so you put stuff down there instead of maybe taking it somewhere else.
Well, I'm
because
saying, if
you're
somebody's
helping.
gonna rob something out of it and pay them $20 because it's a usable item and recycle it, I would think it'd be better than sending it for junk and getting 50 cents for it. Be my thought, but I suppose you should make a donation to make it proper, I would say.
Well, we have some pictures of people scavenging out of it, so
Well,
maybe we
there's
should
people
call them
scavenging
up.
out of it there.
Is it an issue, like, would it be more convenient for the fire department if it was somewhere else?
No.
You
No,
rather want-
because we're going down on Tuesday night. A lot of us get there probably, half hour before, and we'll go out and clean it up.
Clean it
make
up.
sure things are taken care of. I mean, the only exception was that changeover, we had a pile of steel there that we had to get rid of.
Why can't you keep it pulled ahead more so you can leave the tailgate open and get the big items in the tailgate?
Because people get in there and pull the tailgate open, get in there and actually pick at it. That's why we pull it.
Yeah, then they'll break their necks. So,
It just seems all the big items should be lugged in the back tailgate. I would think you could place them in and end up not having to crush it if you could place the stuff in halfway decent. I think that would be the secret of getting your money in your dumpster.
if somebody wants to talk, Andy.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
A lot of it too is the stuff on the outside of the dumpster, from my time on the permit, is elderly people just pushing it out of the back of their truck that don't have the help to get it up in there.
That's true.
And, you know what I mean, there's a lot of elderly people that, you know, clean out their sheds or whatever. They can get it in their truck, but they can't get it that other 4 feet up over from the back of their truck into the dumpster. And a lot of it gets left here, like Andy said, that, you know, there's a lot of guys that get go and pick it up, but I mean, so there's, you know what I mean?
And there's no way to put a ramp or anything down there.
There's not be liable, there'll not be.
Liable, right. It's an insurance thing on that one.
We're better off just, you know, do the Tuesday night cleanups like we've been doing and
And then maybe on Wednesdays they can come and crush. If you guys do it on Tuesday night, take a little bit of time, and then the town goes over on Wednesday and it's all been cleaned up, they can crush it and there's more
I
room.
don't get the big deal over the crushing thing. I don't know, I put on a load of gravel on the dump truck. I don't sit there and piddle putter around, try to get the last little bit on. When you got a load, you go. You don't,
Well, the
I
driver
don't know,
said it
maybe
was a
if you
2-ton
got a
difference.
ton, if you got a ton after crushing it on, I'd be really amazed.
well, the driver, we
Driver
actually
said.
talked to last time, and he asked him, about how come the town's not crushing it, and you know, we just can't get it done right now, but we asked right there, and he said we can get about 2 more ton on those dumpsters by crushing it. So
That's his
it's
opinion.
something I had experience that's dealt with it, you know.
Just check the slips from the last one you sent. Your last one you sent to the next one or something, you know what I mean? The
Yeah.
next one and just see if
It's
it's.
possible I have one downstairs, I think we've got a little over 2 ton on the first one, and checks are coming here, so.
I know it's hard to tell you because it could be heavier stuff one time
Right.
and lighter stuff. Probably hard to make a comparison, but.
I wonder what would happen if we didn't have that dumpster there, where would the people take it?
Oh,
Everywhere.
the street.
Everywhere.
They'd go on the back road somewhere?
Yeah. Guys have-
Back roads, Larry Cars, Ricky Mason.
Accumulating in people's yards and look, you know, not look good.
I think it's a good service to have.
Yeah,
myself.
people definitely want it, because we had a lot of complaints when it was gone for a week or so. And everybody was like, oh, where'd it go?
And if it's crushed, there'll be less mess because you can put more in the dumpster.
I agree, it's a good service, but I think we gotta still look into the situation of a solid waste site where you got all the services, getting rid of couches, you know,
Yeah.
garbage.
Yeah.
That is
Tires.
something that's definitely on our
But
plate.
for
We're-
now-
Terry was looking into.
But
Yep,
that would, at that point in time, it would be a more secure location.
yes,
We wouldn't worry
right,
about-
exactly. That will fix all the problems, but,
Right.
And the money can still be donated to the fire.
Exactly,
It'll be
anybody.
their dumpster just on our site.
yep, yep.
Didn't you just say that it doesn't cost you anything to have that removed?
No,
So when it's full, get them to come and bring your other one, and then it doesn't go on the ground, so you're not costing you anything for that.
you know, but you try to work with the people that are doing this, it doesn't really pay for them to come over from Hardwick to get 2 ton of steel, as opposed to 4 ton of steel.
Which makes sense.
Go ahead, Jeremy.
Also, there was an incident about 2 years ago, there was a landlord in town who dropped off 32 TVs.
Yeah, I remember that.
Guess who that cost?
Yeah,
That cost the fire department.
yeah,
Eric Pond and myself took down 3 pickup loads.
yeah, I remember
To
that.
dispose of these TVs, big plasma TVs, the little 13-inch TVs, 32 of them. The fire department took that bill.
Yeah.
Just put that in.
Yeah,
You do not get.
All
any
comes out of the same
else.
pocket, yeah.
No, we patrol it, Jeremy made a sign probably 3-4 years ago. And it's been
About
fairly
2 years
easy.
ago, 2.5 years ago, when that TV showed up.
We actually do have a TV out there right now.
well, there was one down street one day.
Yeah,
But if we ever did someday have a solid waste.
Right.
and it would still be your guys' dumpster, it would just be in a more secure place.
And it would have to be a gated, it
Yeah,
would be a gated area, so you wouldn't have to worry about anyone putting garbage in there or anything.
So was our stump dump. We had a pig and we had a refrigerator, you know, people find ways.
Well, there it goes, we have to put it on the camera.
But we need to do something now. I mean, if we get the
If we can
transfer
work
station,
together.
that's fine, but we need to talk about.
I have no problem with crushing it, but you gotta be able to get near the dumpster too. When
Yep.
there's stuff scattered 8 feet out around it, I don't really know how, I'm not going down there and spending an hour dubbing around sorting metal out to get to crush
No,
it.
if they do it on Tuesday
I
night, you
think
guys
it
take
can
a
be
trip down
managed
on
a little
Wednesday,
closer
or
by
one
the fire
person.
department, personally. When it gets sort of full, get hold of somebody and we'll go down and crush it. You can't wait till it's flooded, you just can't get near it.
What you always did do was just call, wasn't it?
I think Stuart really usually reaches out, said, you know, we can use it crushed.
Mm-hmm, that's the way it
That's
is.
not a problem.
Yep.
Okay, well, are we all in agreement that moving forward, I mean, we gotta work together, right?
Yep.
Right.
It's all town,
Yep.
whether it's fire department, ambulance, town crew, it's water department, it's all Richford, we're all
Yep.
together.
That's all right.
We're all the same town.
What about billing water for the pool filling though? Shouldn't the taxpayers in the village of Richford that pay water rent, wouldn't you think they would want some reimbursement from the water that's going to people's pools and outside of the village and maybe even in other towns? Shouldn't there be some sort of reimbursement for those taxpayers?
So
I think the reward is basically, you got 2 trucks down there, one for the town, and you got 4 that the association has bought with that money. That's tax money that you haven't had to spend on other apparatus.
It's not Richford sewer and water money, it's taxpayers' money, but sewer
Well,
and
if
water
everybody pays.
is a different entity, all on its own.
I understand that.
The water users and the sewer users pay for the water.
What is your water?
We're giving that away apparently to the fire department.
What is the water rate for,
I couldn't tell you.
What would 1,000 gallons, is it $7? $7? It's, okay, it's $7 1,000. Say you're filling a pool of above ground, how many thousand gallons?
3,
3, 4, let's say 4.
whatever.
Okay, 4 times 7 is 28.
Well, I can tell you, this, for easy math, I have an 18-foot pool, which is a
Right.
fairly small pool.
That's what I had, yeah.
It's, give me a second. It's 7,000 gallons. to
Right.
Fill it.
Thought it was 8, but it's 7.
Yeah.
So 7
No,
times
but
7 is
then
49.
The pools keep going up from there.
Right. So you charge what do you charge to go, 125? Add $7,000 onto that bill. Tell them if they want it, you'll deliver it and they have to pay the water.
Who's gonna take care of it?
I don't know.
That's, this is a serious question.
Right.
Who's gonna manage all that?
Yeah.
You get a check, don't you? You get checks from people you fill the pool store.
You get cash, you get check.
And, well, then you need to have a paper trail and so you know.
You have a paper
you can use
trail.
the water.
But in the
$10.
past, I think Paul had mentioned this, that the select board in the past had agreed to give the water to the department.
They did.
For this.
Yeah.
So is this something in the past that's being brought up, that's being disputed now?
It's an
I don't
income-
know.
It's an income here, or an
I just actually thought about it the other day because there was a controversy on filling pools. I know in other towns you can't get the fire department to fill your pool. They say it's a liability and they won't do it in
Well,
lots of other towns.
I checked
But
online
yet
and it's
Richford
not.
still does it. And it just got me thinking, and they don't pay for water. The water payers in Richford may not really want that situation. I don't know. Me being the water commissioner for the town of Richford is just something I wanted to throw out there.
I'd like to throw out too, all the hydrants have to be painted too,
Yeah.
and they aren't painted. No pressure test.
Like I say, we can go on and on and on like this, Brad.
I mean, they're all supposed to be color coded, and that's part of your responsibility as a town board to supply it for the fire department. And they haven't been painted.
You probably haven't. There's lots of things you'll find in this
And I
big
think
town.
if somebody goes back in your minutes, you will find
Well, that's what I was gonna ask.
that the select board or the trustees
It was
voted
way back.
that we could use as much water as we wanted unless there was a shortage. And they would notify the fire department, and we agreed at that time that if there was a shortage, we would not truck water, we would not wash parking lots, we would not do anything.
You've taken it to people who have run out of water too, haven't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
You've also washed down when farmers'
Yep.
truck flew all over the street, yeah.
Do the bridge on Main Street, the grates, the
Yeah.
joints, whatever, we've done that before.
And there has been a time that the town has borrowed their tanker and washed out intersections, true?
Mm-hmm.
Did they pay for it?
Probably not.
Well, then why are we all picking about this?
I know.
So it's a town thing, everybody's supposed to be working together,
It's
and
all coming, yeah.
it all works together, one hand washes the
One
other.
thing though, I mean, a couple things you could do, I mean, just to clarify, if because the people in the building own the water and sewer, it's not, you know what I mean, we could ask them, are you all okay with it? I'm sure everyone would be.
Well, like Paul says, that was probably voted on 30 years ago somewhere. Who knows, you know?
Trustees that did it, that's back when you had the village,
Right.
had the water there.
Right.
I will add something else. A couple years ago when, was it Wyeth? What was the company down in Georgia? Was short on water. The only place they would buy it from was Richford because our water is good water. They had to have good water for the baby food. And so we've sold water to people outside before. Our water's been sold. So somebody kept track of how much it cost. Somebody sent them a bill.
Do you guys know how much of it, I mean, pretty much all the water that sewer delivers is to Richford residents, right?
Most,
Yeah.
last year was it.
Who?
I said last year, was it? They went down to town last year with some water.
You got a specific incident? Or are you just saying it? I mean,
No, I'm not just saying
You-
it. They ended up busting a radio hose on the fire truck, almost at St. Peter's Farm.
That's true. And maybe it was a good thing it broke then, than having it break on the way to a
So
fire.
that's out of town.
Is St. Pierre's?
It's Big Farm, that's out of town, that's Berkshire, that's not Richford.
Yeah, we flood water to St. Pierre. Water's helped, St. Pierre's helped us out a lot.
he pays for it too when you take it, yeah. As I said, we've sold it to Georgia, so,
It's a way that we have made money
Yeah.
and have paid for equipment. That tanker, Jock, that tanker that you're talking about broke down. Do you know how much the town paid for that? It was like a $238,000 truck. It was a grant truck. But there was $12,000 that the town was supposed to pay their share. They didn't pay it, the firemen did. So, you know,
No, I'm not up on that part, but.
well, you know.
There's a lot of
I'm saying
things
is
in
that-
that background
yeah, you don't know the history a lot of times.
Out of town.
Well, sometimes
So-
apparently they do, that's
But
what
the
it is, right?
vast majority of it is.
It's all town.
Usually when we're going out of town, it's because someone's out of water, or well's dry.
Yep,
St.
just an
Peter,
emergency.
out of water. I mean, any farmer around, I wouldn't deny farmer water.
Well, and Berkshire doesn't have the water.
No, Berkshire doesn't have.
There's no way they can get it from the
Like
town
I
of
called
Berkshire.
earlier this year, go out on the road towards Enosburg, and I said, no, it's too far out of the way, I don't want the equipment that far out of town for that long, and it's just, in my mind, too far. But something like, you know, you got a farmer that's out of water, what are you gonna say to him, you know? I sort of like it.
I agree.
And it's not free.
Well, I think that the water is a total separate issue than I guess that, you know, we've got the dumpster portion
Yes,
sorted out.
yes.
Maybe we can ask around a little bit more and find details on the water. If it's something that was already voted on years ago.
Go down the middle of the town.
You know, we can address it at a different time if we. So you're just, how are we leaving it as far as the dumpster?
Crushing the dumpster, I guess, aren't we? Who you talking
I
to?
don't know.
Anybody? I think we're crushing the dumpster, the way I
Yeah.
see it.
They clean it up on the outside, they get it fixed, and they give
Well, I
a call
guess we
over
got,
and say
that's
it's ready
another
to be
job, I
crushed.
gotta wear another hat, I'll go down, check, see when it needs crushing, I guess.
Well, they could call and
They
just
can call
ask
you.
you, just so that you know, and then you could come down that day or the following day when it's convenient, but if they have it all cleaned up and they say, well, it's about third full, we could probably crush that down or half full, get more in there, they could just give you guys a,
Machine over at town barn, or whatever. so I mean.
Give him a quick call.
Maybe on his way to work, or I'm walking and we see he needs crushing.
Yeah,
we
And
just
you've
leave him a
emailed me, and I can certainly pass it along. I mean,
I think part of the problem here too is the miscommunication.
Yep.
Whoever takes care of the fire department should be that person to call and let whoever the appropriate person is. give
right,
them
but it should be the head one, it should be like word to word, it should be one contacting the other one and saying, would you guys be able to? The next day, yeah.
You can't just, he says, she said, you gotta go to that person, you got too many chiefs, I don't know what that means.
And Linda, you're in charge of the fire department, right?
it's me.
So why don't Andy or Paul or someone?
If you can't stop by, you let me know, and I don't mind driving up and asking. I have, but I've been told no, so now we're gonna say yes. So, but let's have why don't we say maybe on Wednesdays? Or do you think you wanna pin a day, or do you think sometime it might be 2 weeks?
I think I'm capable of riding around that street,
I would
looking
think
in the
so.
dumpster to see if it needs crushing or not.
I
It would
would
save
think
a
so.
lot of problems.
Yeah, you're on the street more than the rest of us, so take a ride around. Because they're not allowed to use your machinery, right? Because they'd be happy to do it themselves, but they can't ride on your crusher,
Well, I
right?
wouldn't dare say that either, I don't know.
No, it's a fact.
You can't. You can drive a fire truck that belongs to town, but you can't drive a crusher.
You can't go over and get the backhoe and crush it in the dumpster, evidently it's
Did you used to do that, you guys, ever?
when Bob showed her how he did it.
Yeah. You mean back when things were easy?
It has something to do with your insurance.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know.
I think it does too.
Even though you can drive a fire truck, you can't drive a backhoe.
Okay, we're gonna move on.
Yep, sounds
So
good.
you're gonna put that in the minutes, correct, Linda?
That, yes. How do you want me to phrase it? It wasn't a motion.
Town crew's gonna crush the fireman's dumpster.
Okay. Periodically, because you might not be
Periodic.
full. It might not be full on a week.
Yeah, but they don't wanna wait till it's full.
I got Tim Poscat on the agenda, but he's not here.
No, hang on to that. He ca-
He's on an ambulance call.
No, that's not why he's not here. He called me right before the meeting, a little upset because he said it sounded like when he asked this question about health insurance, it was just a question, he was just inquiring. And then it got back to him that everybody said he was demanding, and he's been getting a lot of crap for it. So, I don't know if you want to talk about an executive session, or,
I would say so.
Yeah, we
It's up
can
to you.
save that till the end, but
Okay.
I mean, as far as putting him on the agenda, I got an email. He didn't call me personally.
Right.
But I got an email saying he wanted to be on the
Right.
agenda to talk about health insurance.
well, I think that was another miscommunication when he came into the town hall, that he told me, he was just asking about it. And he'd still like to ask about it, so he asked me if I'd talk about it, which
Okay, we
I
can
will.
talk about that
Yep,
later.
yep.
Approved minutes from 6/15/20
Okay.
meeting. I was not here at that meeting, but Linda had brought it to my attention that there's a page missing.
Those
Page
are-
missing, totally, it's like,
So we're gonna skip that until the
yeah,
next meeting.
I'm gonna watch the video because my computer went down last week and I don't even know what happened, second page, I sent the first page to everybody, so
Okay, so we're
not gonna do it
We're
tonight.
gonna skip
Okay,
that. Next meeting, we'll approve tonight's and the 6/15/20.
okay.
Scott, water and sewer?
They've got the water meters and the vaults all in down at the trailer park. 2 of them on the right-hand side, feeding that side, and another one on the left-hand side going out of town. Those are done and completed, just gotta wait for to settle a little bit and get it seeded and mulched. Basically is all needs to be done, and a little bit of pavement patch too.
When are we changing the billing on that?
I don't know, you'll
No.
have to talk to Al and Kylie on that.
Next
I
cycle.
would assume the next meter read.
Can you repeat, you said got the water meters and the
Vault,
vault?
yeah.
Okay,
They're
okay,
freeze-proof vault that's down in the ground, supposedly keeps them from freezing.
okay.
And we had a sewer plugged up on 104 Noy Street, which was a house that's been abandoned for quite a while, and guy bought it and started doing some work, and he noticed the sewer wasn't working, and we had what is it? Wind River, I guess the name of the company is
Yeah.
now. They came and jetted it out and cambered it and found some roots and stuff, I guess, plugged in one of the joints part way out towards the main. So we got that going again, so.
Is
things
it
are
our
good
fault
with
or
that.
the homeowners? Did we-
Well, it was actually on the homeowner's line. It wasn't, it runs out, kind of crosswalks across his lawn. It doesn't run out to the street like you think it would. It runs towards the back. But it was within like 40 feet of his house. I don't know, I still haven't seen the bill or talked to the landowner to get it straightened out yet for sure. But I'm assuming it's his problem, it's on his line. Other than that, I guess water and sewer are good.
Nothing else? Good?
Yeah.
Okay, Sherry, buildings?
The stairs are getting done at the post office. They're looking really good. The side stairs are completed. The front stairs are being worked on now. So those are looking good. The faucets at second floor at the post office are now fixed. And then the circulator for the fire department, that has come in. He's gonna be going down and taking care of that. He's just trying to make some time to get down there. That's Nick. He's the one that got voted on him for the quote. Phew. Back door, we have some quotes on the back door that got backed into by a fire truck. My question is though, it's not that expensive. We do have a $500 deductible. Should I put it through an insurance claim? Is it come out of my budget through
How much is it
buildings?
gonna cost?
One of them is like $1,300, the other one's $3,000 to replace the door. Both quotes, both companies came in within a couple $100 of each other, so it's not a huge difference. Does it come out of the fire department, does it come out of the buildings, or does it come out of the insurance?
Will insurance pay for,
They will, but
Backing
the
into
chances
your own
are of our
stuff?
insurance is
I know
gonna start
sometimes they
going up,
don't.
because I have the other one, the lady has been contacted, the engineer. The LCT, they're still looking into, what they might be able to cover for the roof, the ceiling in the storage room, and the roof, but pretty much the roof is gonna be our bite.
Okay, well, let me get everybody going again. When the town truck backs into the fire station door, who pays for that?
Well, that's what I'm asking.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, do they pay, does it come out of their budget? Does it come out of the fireman's budget? No, I mean, you know,
Well, that's what I'm asking, where does
I'd
stuff
take
like
it out of
that?
insurance. I don't think it's gonna go.
I don't know if insurance will pay for backing into your own building. I don't know.
Well, I think they do, they just have a $500 deductible
Yeah.
anyway.
Okay.
So then we still have to pay that. So that's my question, where do I take it from? Does it come out of my budget, which I have a very tight budget to fix anything? That's why it takes so long to get
I
things
think at the
fixed.
town garage, if we back into a door, hit a door, it comes out of our building budget.
Out of your building or my building?
Our building.
Or should I say town buildings, not my building, but town buildings. That I have to do a budget for.
I would just run it through your budget. If you're over budget, you're over budget.
Okay, just take it from the general, okay?
So not insurance, you're gonna take it out of the budget then?
Yeah, well, because our insurance is eventually gonna start going up.
I would claim it on the insurance.
Me too.
Okay, all
Yeah, they'll
right,
pay it.
we'll do that.
If they'll pay it,
Okay,
and then take the $500 deductible out of your budget.
Yeah.
okay, so I will get hold of the insurance company and have them go down, because they're gonna wanna come and do their own pictures
Right.
and all their own thing again, so we'll take care of that.
So are we getting a new door or are we getting it repaired?
Now I have to wait for the insurance quote.
Oh.
And you can't do anything overnight
All
here,
right,
I
well.
got 50 people to contact. So now it's
We'll
gonna
see
come
if
to the
insurance
insurance
will pay
company,
for it.
and then they'll tell me which way to go with that.
Yeah, just get with Alan and Tyler to have them
Yep, Kylie and I have already talked, that's why she's the one who gave me what the deductible was.
call the adjuster.
And then eventually, the insurance is going up, but, as far as the storage room, we are gonna get that fixed before this winter, that will be fixed. I don't have a lot of money in my budget, so if I have to take it out of the budget, I still will get it fixed before winter, but I don't know if the insurance company's gonna come back and give us any of it back, but that part will be done. What else? The door's not in for the town hall yet. It's on its way though. Besides that, I don't have a lot. It's just if somebody contacts anybody and they have an issue with buildings, any of the buildings that is in my budget range, what I'm supposed to be taking care of, I'd like them to contact me. Because I know where my standings are, I know where the quotes are, I know. Sometimes it seems like it takes a long time, but it does take a long time. You're making phone calls, you're getting a quote from this one, but you gotta get 2, 3 other quotes behind it. So it takes forever to get people to get back to me. And And I have to work around all their schedules. But I'm the one with the budget and knows what my budget is, so if you want something to get done, you contact me directly. If you need to talk to me because I'm on vacation or something, then you can talk to anybody here, but they're gonna tell you the same thing. I'm hoping is to come see me. Does that make sense?
Yep. You're the building girl.
Yes.
I have no desire to take over buildings.
I'm all set.
You good? Okay, John, highway department, you got anything?
Saturday, I got, 3 complaints of Freeway Hill Road being washboarded. I think now it's time to, try some of that stuff on Charbonneau's car, see if it'll stay in place.
Maybe hell.
You know, to fix that hill. And you all done with the sidewalk here on Intervale Avenue, or?
Interville Avenue's done, the sidewalk anyway.
Ready to, set up for, to finish paving it.
Who's paving that?
Hungerford came in with the best price.
For which, are we still talking about sidewalk?
Pavement on Interville Avenue.
Yeah.
Pavement on, not sidewalk, pavement.
Sidewalk's done.
Yes, but now you're talking about pavement. I can't
Yeah.
hear you that well.
I-
Pavement on Interville, the bid is, the best bid is by Hungerford? Is that what you just said?
Yeah, the best price.
Best price is Hungerford, but it hasn't been done yet.
Have they been both?
No, it's still been up in the air on picking actual. We got, I don't know, Jock's added the one down on South Main Street now by Maple Street.
Yeah.
And we got Providence Street, a little patch to do there where we dug up the water last year. It needs to be patched back. And we have Hillside Terrace. Every little job is a little bit different price. Like Gray's may be cheaper on one thing and then Hungerford's cheaper on one, but when you figure it all out, in my reasoning, I think Hungerford's the best price all the way around. They charge different prices and different amounts per ton on each job, you know, because there's more handwork on one, so one may be $5 a ton more than the other guy. But if you start really picking it apart, Hungerford still seems to be the best price.
As far as I'm concerned, I'll go try them and see what type of work they do.
Should probably get them booked as soon as possible in case other towns are doing the same thing. and then
Right.
We run out of time again.
Well, we're kind of waiting to get some grant money back from our South Richford project too, because we used our own money to do that with, and now we gotta get reimbursed that $164,000, so we hate to go spend $164,000 and there's some clause or something where we don't get our grant money back. It could really screw up the budget this year. So we've been kind of holding off on that.
I was gonna ask you, we have $164,000.
Well,
Write a
we're
personal
waiting to
check?
get reimbursed from it.
Oh.
The paperwork's been turned in.
Maybe, just dig it out for this year, and let it settle over the winter, and that way all packed.
Did you say South Richford Road?
Arlington ran a compactor.
That was the grant.
She'll be able to pay that.
And just hold the money over for that year.
Right.
You're talking the parking lot?
I have an employee interview too.
You know, if you get out now, and just
Can't see.
haul it, let it settle over the winter.
Yeah.
I don't see anybody here.
It would be better if it would go through a freeze thaw cycle, I
Maybe they're
think.
just gonna set one up.
Oh, maybe.
Save some money instead of renting a compactor.
Okay, I had, you got any more for highways?
Don't
I have
leave,
the
Steve.
interview on the agenda, I told 7. So when he gets here, we'll do that.
Oh, he's on for
Vacation
7.
time that you guys were talking about at the last meeting, I figured we'll do that at the same time when we do the interview. I had an email, from one of the state reps on the NRCP stormwater grant, must be something you did with Bethany.
With Bethany for Maple Street and the elementary school.
That Maple Street's down by Gus.
Where's, yeah, where he lives.
Okay, so the email just said that we were awarded the grant, so I think I forwarded it to you, I believe.
How much was it, do you know?
There was no dollar amount, it just said that we were awarded the grant, so.
Okay. Cool.
And then, the J. Richford winter plowing contract, did you bring that, Linda, so we can all get that signed?
What? I don't have it.
The J. Richford winter plowing contract,
Nobody gave me a contract.
who typed it up?
I haven't seen
It's
one.
first I've heard of it. I knew you went to the meeting.
I mentioned it to Kylie that we needed to get together and do a contract, but I didn't know that somebody's already done it.
Because you want to send it to them to sign too, right?
Well, yeah, we gotta send it to them.
I don't, nobody gave me any contract.
Oh, okay, we'll have to.
Do it next time? I'll keep a note there, contract, so I'll make sure tomorrow I find out.
That might be something we can get together and write up.
Yeah, we can do it tomorrow if you want, just stop by. J. Richford contract.
I thought you emailed me back when it said that, okay, I'll make it.
Me?
Yeah, but maybe that was Kylie and she's not here tonight. I'll look at it.
I mean, I knew you went over and I knew what the contract was, but you'd have to tell me what to put in it.
No, I did, I just sent an email with everything, but maybe I sent it to Kylie.
Maybe. Or maybe it was that day that everything on my computer was gone.
Okay, so we'll hold off on
Yeah.
that.
Next time.
We'll move on to parks, playgrounds, cemeteries, and, we'll just backtrack whenever Steph
Okay.
gets here. for the interview.
Okay. Oh, so we're gonna do an interview tonight
Yep.
in the middle of the meeting, or? Like, are we gonna
Uh,
stop the meeting and come back, or are we gonna do it at the end?
We're gonna go into executive session, but it depends on what time he gets here.
Oh, okay. Then I talk fast.
Probably do it right at the end, I would think.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at.
We're moving.
Okay, first of all, I want to thank the fire department and the four-wheeler club because Thursday night, Robert McCollister stopped at my house and he says, I wish we could do something for 4th of July. And I said, you know, we can. It's only 2 days away, but he got the four-wheeler club and I called the firemen and they had a wonderful little parade on 4th of July. Everybody decorated, everybody smiling, waving, and it was nice. There were about 40 vehicles going down the street, and they went out into all the streets around town, and people liked it. And then, of course, some people complained about it. Why didn't you tell us? Well, because we didn't know. It was spur of the moment thing. So. Anyway, gotta have a complaint. So I want to thank them. I've been very impressed with one of the sheriffs. There's a lot of activity in the summer, and I just want to put this in your minds, and I'm not asking you to make a decision, but I think we should have coverage for the week. I think if we're going to cut back, it should be in the winter when there's not so much going on. There's an awful lot of activity around here at night, just to let you know. And they've been, one in particular has been very good about taking care of problems. He's just fantastic. So he's here in the daytime, though. Anyway. So I'm just putting that out there that might be something to consider. We've got a lot of young kids riding around on all kinds of vehicles. I don't know if they're four-wheelers or golf carts or whatever, but that might be something to think about. Summer is a lot busier. One more thing, and I forgot to bring it up when you were doing buildings. Paul has generously volunteered. Well, he's gone. To wind the clock so we can have the clock
Yes.
back. So do we have
I
any
have to have that
update on
person.
that?
I do not have an update on that gentleman. He was supposed to get back to me after he was down at Ethan Allen working on a clock as of last fall. And he said it was gonna take him most of the winter and haven't heard anything back, but I don't know if it's because of the COVID, what's going on. I have not contacted him either. I have the information at home. I will contact him again.
Okay, so you'll contact him? 'Cause
Yep.
it would be
But
nice.
there is no grants that I know of for fixing it, so again, it's gonna come out of the budget.
Oh, it's not, I thought we had fixed it when they did the stairs. That was just the stairs
That was
you
just the
paid
stairs
for.
to access it. That was
Okay, well,
$3,000.
that might be
yeah.
some kind of a grant we could get from.
Right, I looked, I haven't seen anything. He said he didn't know, there used to be a historical one
There's
for
always-
clocks,
yeah.
and he said there's nothing out there anymore because everybody's doing it, but,
Okay, well,
so
we'll,
if you come across something, I'd be more than happy to
well,
look at it and
sometimes
make
you
some
can
phone
squeeze
calls.
money out of different places that you didn't think you could, so I'll keep,
I thought we already did that this year.
yeah, I'll keep my eyes open here.
Okay.
I've gotta be in the office enough to check. Oh, and I have a question, speaking about the parks. What is that pile of sand on the,
It's stuff we gotta move.
oh, you're gonna move it? Because they're using the playground now, they're gonna do the, Little League.
We were supposed to go down there last week, but.
Okay.
It was a oversight, I guess.
That's all right. Also, if you think of it, take that broken It's right in front of that pile, broken bleacher. Either metal dumpster it or
Oh, right by
whatever.
the
It's,
pot.
yeah, I think it's dangerous, I don't know, or Kyle's not here to fix it again. He fixed the other one. The other thing, they call me, the Little League people call me, where can they get, do we do it or do we have to order it, to get sand for their bases for the Little League field?
Are they looking for sand or are they looking for the clay, the actual ball field mix? We've gone to Calkins in the past and got.
Hawkins, how do you spell
ball
that? C-A-U-L?
CAL.
field. K-I-N-S,
Where are they located?
Coventry.
Do we pay for it or
We have in the past.
we have? Because they said they'd do it, the pushing. So I should ask her, how, do they know how much to get? I mean, do we know?
Well, usually whoever's ran out in the field, like Bose did it a couple years
I
ago.
know, but Bose did
Right, he
it,
had us go
yeah.
get a load.
Okay, do you go
There's
get it then?
There's some down there in those piles over next to the river and those piles underneath that sign.
Maybe they
That's-
could start
that's
with
what's
that.
there.
Okay, well, let's start with that. Some piles by the river, and those are that's what was used.
Underneath that sign, as you drive
Yep.
straight in, there's a sign.
Yep,
Yeah. right
okay.
there.
I'll tell them to take that first and then,
Investigate first.
right. If that was what they used last time, and had it left over. Now, if they did need it, do we go get it or do they deliver?
They do both, I guess, but we've
You've gone
we've
before?
gone and got it.
That would be something you might do if we need it.
May not need any material either.
Right.
Right, if that stuff is down there.
Well, you picked this out last year, I think we had Donald Moyes just Harley rake
Right.
between the bases.
Okay,
Fluffed everything back up, got rid of the sod and stuff that was in there, and
okay.
dirt doesn't really disappear, it's all still there.
Right, it needs to be.
Who's in charge of the fields? Is there a person in
Well,
charge of the field?
Amanda called me,
Little
Amanda,
League would be Corey and Amanda.
I can't think of her last name right now, Woods. And asked me, and I don't know, have you done Little League in the past, do you know? Who's in charge, is there a person in charge?
Well, yeah, it used to be Casey, Kevin Blaney, but now it's Corey and Amanda Woods, so they would be in charge of that, just
Right.
one field.
I mean, yeah, just the one field, and the other fields aren't being used, I mean, the high schools,
The high school would be the other two fields.
yeah, I would say, we don't
The
deal with
school
that.
athletic director doesn't take charge? and-
Not of the Little
Not the
League,
Little League, that's a separate run program, it's
Yeah.
not through the school.
yeah, he does the other two, and I don't know if they're gonna replace the dugout or not, I mean, nobody's using it right now,
They're
but,
not playing this year.
all right, so, they probably will wait till next year, okay, so Calkins covered, but I'll see about that down there tomorrow, I'll ask her to see if it's enough, Corey must be
There's
able to.
piles around there. I don't think they use them all, you know, they leave them.
They leave them for the
And
next
they
year.
get, yeah,
Okay.
covered up with leaves and.
Okay, well then that may take care of the problem right there, that's all I've got right now. I'm good.
You're done, I'm just gonna backtrack, just so maybe we can just get approval for this, and then, either Kylie or Linda can type this up.
Yep.
Cause we gotta get it to Jay, right, cause they have their meeting this coming Monday, and they wanted it by then.
I can do it tomorrow.
So the email was, meeting follow-up, we need to create a contract for both boards to sign. We can sign at our next meeting and email a copy to the town clerk. She will have the J board sign the following week at their meeting and return copies for our records. The contract should be for winter road maintenance only performed by the town of Richford for plowing and sanding the portion of the West J Road owned by the town of J. The contract will be valid for 3 years starting August 1st, 2020, ending July 31st, 2023. Payments will be due in this order, basically August 1, 2021, August 1, 2022, and July 31st, 2023. At the end of this contract, we will revisit and determine if the shared plowing rates have changed and determine the yearly rate from there if needed. And then I put, please reflect back to the first email requested, submitted in the early spring by Scott for exact dollar figure. I didn't receive a copy. The number discussed was around 8,700-ish, right?
I remember getting that email, but I thought the town clerk did the contracts, but I'll be happy to.
Oh, I just checked with her. You were.
Yeah, we'll do it, we discussed it, because she actually said something about the payment schedule to me.
So I'd like to make a motion for this and get it in the minutes, that we're approving it, and then, it can just be left on the table down there, and we can sign
Yep.
it as we come in to do the bills and get it back to them.
Okay.
So if someone wants to make a motion,
I'll make a motion.
Say the motion, please.
Make a motion to accept the contract as the 8,700 a year for the next 3 years.
Is it same every year, 87? A year for 3 years to do winter maintenance, right, only?
Winter
plowing
maintenance,
and
only
sanding.
plowing and sanding
Winter
of the J-owned
Plowing
road
and
that we
sanding.
take care of.
of the J portion?
Yes.
Gotta tell me the whole thing.
J portion.
Sanding of the J portion of, what are we calling it? The East Richford Slide Road?
West J.
West,
West Ridge.
West J?
Yeah, that's what they call it.
Okay, West J Road. Okay.
I'll second it.
Scott, second.
all those in favor say aye.
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 You know, the end date and end date on that?
Aye.
He's got it. He read it.
Yep.
He read it.
Be revisited in 3 years.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna move on. I got an email from, Anita, a couple things. One, it was, we could really use some t-shirts, for our crew members. This would be the price, and there was no price.
Okay.
12 shirts, they cost about $4 each to put the logo on them. Sherry, you were in that.
She talked to me about it, and I told her that that would be fine. It's under $100 for like 12 t-shirts with our logo on it. So they got new members, and if somebody gets covered in whatever, and they're at the station staying, they kind of need another shirt, you know what I mean?
Okay.
So I figured 12 cheap t-shirts in multiple different sizes and just leave them at the station would be a benefit.
Okay.
Wait, speaking of ambulance, let me just move to this email. I don't know, maybe you got it too.
I'm still on the ambulance. Let me just keep going.
Okay, yeah. This is for ambulance, though. Okay.
She sent me an email for, needing new tires on the Demers. I know before winter, we had told them no.
Right.
I was personally gonna go down and talk to Dave myself to see how bad they are.
I agree with that.
I would like to wait just before winter to put them on. You know, if we could get a couple more months out of them. You know, the price was $205 a tire, which seems reasonable. Anyway, I'm gonna.
I know they had picked up some metal or something and it blew through one of the tires, and they did have that tire fixed. She called me and I said, well, yeah, you need the tire fixed, fix it. But then she brought that and they said they needed, by winter she was gonna need 4 more tires. I said, well, you need to get some quotes together and then bring it to us.
I just
So,
like to wait until we get
I agree.
a little bit closer to winter before we purchase them. And then I just wanted to go over, the actual budget for the ambulance. Depending on how the rest of the year goes, I think we're pretty close to being
Yeah.
on track. We're, you know, the end of June, we'll be halfway through the year. Our actual budget, we're at 42,670. That was, I had Kylie print me this
Yep.
Friday. So, I mean, we're pretty close. We're a little bit off on our deposits.
COVID really made a mess of that.
Huh?
The COVID made a mess of that. People aren't calling like they used to call. They don't go unless it's absolute emergency because you can only have, you know what I mean? So that kind of cut down on some of the calls of people calling. They call the hotline first to see if they should go to the hospital, and the hospital not allowing people to come in unless they have a fever or whatever. That's why some of that's cut down some, but
Yeah, as far as the billing portion.
Yes.
And I didn't get a chance to ask her what she still has on the books that hasn't been received in.
Right.
So we're close.
we're close.
And we also got $10,850.79 for the COVID stimulus money. So,
Did you do throw your
Just
phone?
put it over there, it fell. I can't seem to shut it off.
that's figured in the budget as well, so it increases it a little bit.
Yep.
We're close. I think we're doing well as far
Yep.
as being on track. We're not perfect, but we're close.
Yes, I agree.
So I guess the next 3 months, we'll probably want to keep a pretty good eye on it and make sure the last 3 months we're right in there.
Yep.
So I got that, golf tournament for React, Darlene had asked me if I would help with that a little bit. I just wanted to let everyone know that, the tournament's Saturday, August 1st. It's in memory of Joe Polander. It's the 12th annual REACT Best Ball Golf Tournament. If anyone knows anybody that would be interested in playing, they can contact either me or, give me a minute. Albert Perry.
Albert Perry.
Yeah, and we got the sign-up sheet for it. They gotta be in, I think, by like the middle of this month, but anyways, just wanted to mention it. Me and Kylie had, the meeting, with the state of Vermont on the Brella program. That needs to be just voted on and put in the minutes that the board gave us permission to enter the Brella program. So,
What is the Brella program?
well, it's for the 60 Noy Street property for environmental hazardous material.
Okay, 60 Noise Street.
It's a program through the state of Vermont that would basically give the town funding for any EPA issues that might need to be fixed in the future. So I just need someone to make a motion before we can submit that application. I just want to get the board's 100% approval, which we already did, but we just didn't put it in the minutes.
Okay.
I make a motion to go ahead with,
With
The Brella?
applying for it, or is that
Submitting it.
submitting it?
Right.
Yeah, I had a meeting with the woman from the state, me and Kylie, I don't know what day, but I can tell you after if you want the exact
Yeah, give me it later exactly.
date, I can get it for you.
Okay.
So that's all I got.
Wait, you haven't got a second in the,
Yeah, I just need a second, and then, everyone in favor say aye.
Aye.
Recognized guests. Sorry, Linda, do you have anything?
Yeah, on the DRB board, they take minutes for those meetings.
John's here.
You have a secretary.
Yes,
And
we were there.
is there any way possible to, I've had several ask you, and I've encouraged myself, about taking minutes for those meetings and letting people know what's going on there? So they should be maybe on the town website or something? You guys, I
Was they're posted downstairs, and I suppose we could send them to Andy to put on the Facebook page.
Well, I'm not gonna volunteer for that.
Well, it's a separate board, and the select board has to keep minutes, so I was assuming that the DRB could.
They keep minutes, yes, they do.
And they do, so I'm on that board too. I brought it to the attention when I got on that board that I think legally, if the town has a website, they need to be posted on the website.
Yeah.
I do it for the select board. I started doing the Facebook page for the select board, and I just, it's too much flack. No one appreciates the time that it takes to do it. In fact, I don't do it, my wife does it. And it doesn't matter how hard you try,
Right.
somebody's always there to discriminate you for doing it. So
Told you.
I'm not putting the DRB minutes on there. If somebody wants them on the website, I can put them on the website. That's not a problem.
Because
But
you're gonna revamp the website at some point. right?
correct, and there
Yeah.
needs to be, I already looked at it, and there's no spot even on there for DRB minutes.
Yeah.
But they technically should be on there, but, there's no place for them.
Yeah.
So I believe she posts them in 3 public places, correct?
Yeah, they're posted around.
Is it Rowena that does it?
No, Jane Verbier.
Oh, Jane, she could probably send it to the website easy enough.
And I'm kind of curious over these, the fire truck drivers, if we're having banding stuff done, do they have CDLs? Do they have to have a CDL? Or do you have the same people all the time that drive fire trucks?
Fire department does not require CDL for emergency vehicles. The drivers though are trained through an ELOC course, driving trucks.
That's the first time in 20-some years that there's been an accident. So I think that's pretty good, right?
Well, that's first time we've had an accident.
First time they did the door.
Yeah, it's not the first time we've had an accident, that's why I don't think they have CEOs for that.
I don't really remember it happening.
Well, I know one of them hit a car, they got there one day, so, but that's okay, whatever. I'm just asking.
And the reason they don't do that is because they want their volunteers. And if you made everybody get a CDL, you wouldn't have anybody.
It don't matter though, it's,
Right.
it's public.
June 23rd.
Yeah, June 23rd.
Oh, and I have one more question, one more thing. I'm not putting Jacques down or anything, every time you come to a meeting, somebody's complaining. I don't think it needs to go into the minutes for one thing.
It's not,
But there
it's
is a
not.
lot of people that appreciate what the road crew do myself. I've lived with my husband for over 40 years.
Right.
And I mean, those guys work hard. And I think that they need to be praised once in a while, don't always bring the negative. Because if people live on a back road, they're gonna live in the dirt.
Right.
You know, so, yeah, just, I think the positive is,
We couldn't ask for a better road last year, that's for sure.
well,
And them people there said the same thing again. Last year they were wonderful, right now they got washboard, but,
and we live in Vermont, we've got back roads, they're gonna be dusty.
Linda, I agree with you for once. And I think we should expand this for all of our people, that we shouldn't come in here and say the sheriffs aren't doing this, or the firemen aren't doing that, or the ambulance not doing this. If we have a problem with it, say it in executive session and we take care of it.
And just talk to each other about it.
Exactly, not have it on
Too much
TV.
negative, and we're in a
Right.
small town.
Exactly.
And there's some positive. that
Yes,
we
There's a
can
lot of
touch
positive.
on.
There's a
Yes.
lot of positive.
There's a lot of positive in town, there really is.
I totally agree.
All right, thanks.
Yeah, I just wanted to find out what, if anything, is happening with regard to the enforcement of the four-wheeler ordinance. The last meeting I was at, there was a discussion about checkpoints and money and enforcement, and I'm just curious if anything has moved forward on any of that, because I haven't really noticed anybody getting stopped for anything when they whiz by my house all the time, you know, golf carts and dirt bikes.
The golf cart was taken care of.
Yeah, so I'll touch base on that, I guess, so. Well, you were at the meeting. I didn't want to take taxpayers' money to do it, but everyone told me to, so that's what I did. We did 2 weekends, we've done checkpoints. I say we, not me, the sheriff's department. We also, there was one weekend that the game wardens were here in town.
3 of them.
I emailed back and forth the issue with the golf cart for sure. I believe that was taken care of, but.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the golf cart lately.
It was taken care of.
Every chance I see something, I send an email to the sheriff's department. And the town being built for that on our time, but that's what we all agreed on that night, that's what we're gonna do, so that's what I've been doing. I do know that the ATV club has some money that they want to donate, and I think maybe what we might do with that money is tell them, don't donate it to Richford, go see the sheriff's department and pay them, rather than have that money come in as a donation. Finally now, and felt it might be better to just let them pay to have the enforcement done, pick a couple more weekends and do some more of it, but.
Andy, can I just say something?
Yeah.
Apparently, I haven't been here because we weren't open. Apparently, there's an envelope left for me, which is from the four-wheeler club downstairs. I don't know how much is in it, but there was an envelope left, I was told by.
Okay, I just know that.
Yeah, so there's some money here, but they made it out to the general fund, which I think that you're right, that maybe we should ask them to somebody else.
Right, just, I mean.
I haven't looked at it because it's not in my office.
If that's what we're gonna spend the money on is enforcement.
Put
then
it there.
Put it there,
But it's better if they wrote it to the sheriff
Yeah,
in the general
versus
fund.
town, this keeps it cleaner for.
Yeah.
Okay, so-
I agree.
Should I then, when I do open it tomorrow, when I get it, should
That
I?
would be totally up to Alan and Kylie.
Well, they don't, want- yeah, well, it was dropped off to me, that's why I'm asking you. Should I call her and ask her if she'll put it toward the sheriff?
Yeah.
And write the check to the sheriff for some,
No, but I would ask Kylie first, what Kylie.
well, yeah, I'll talk,
She's in charge of the money.
I've already talked to Kylie, yeah.
So
Yeah,
if-
yeah.
If they don't feel comfortable depositing that money, then we need to look at a different avenue of
Right.
getting that money. If they want to spend that money, we can figure out how to spend it.
Right.
We just have to figure out what.
But we don't want it washed into the general fund, we want it specific.
To apply
so.
to something that's
Kyle and
gonna
I
be
talked
towards it.
earlier, but we don't need to talk about it. But I just wanted you to know the check apparently is downstairs. I haven't seen it yet because I haven't been here.
So are you, as far as, when you say there's enforcement issues, what are you seeing for issues?
Well, I see people going by that I don't think are old enough to be driving one
Okay,
without helmets, and I see them just joyriding up and down the street. They're
Unregistered.
clearly not going from the end of one trail to the beginning of another, they're just joyriding. And
There's a bunch of.
don't think they're supposed to do that.
well, I don't think that it's illegal for them to do that, but I think the end goal was, that's what they're supposed to do, was use a road to go from one trail to the other trail and not just ride around town all day. And I think I've seen the same thing, I've been in town, I've seen the same four-wheeler go by 20 times, and it's like, that's not what the ordinance is for, but it's just getting to that point where we can enforce it that way, I guess, you
Yeah.
know?
Do you have any kind of a summary of what happened at these previous checkpoint situations?
I have a whole email chain from the sheriff and from about 4 or 5 of the deputies that were involved with it, and I'd be glad to share it with you.
Okay,
Yep, I do, I have all that.
okay.
No, do you feel that it's the people it's not the people in the club necessarily, it's just random, people just, that's what I live next door to you and that's what I'm seeing, it's just random people up and down.
I don't know who's in the club and who's not.
Well, right.
So I can't really
Right.
say with any certainty, but.
There's never any plates on them.
Assume that the ones that I'm seeing who appear to me to be too young
Right,
to be on one and don't have a helmet on
Right.
are certainly ones that are not in the club.
Right.
That are
right.
abusing the privilege.
Yeah. What I had told the sheriff that I felt needed to be done, and he agreed, and his email 100% said exactly what we discussed, and it was, you just pull everybody over. If they're legal, great, have a great day. If they're illegal, they need to be written. This ordinance has been going long enough now where people know, hey, I need to be legal. If I'm not legal, I'm breaking the rules. It's not like we just started it 2 weeks ago and you gotta give everybody a chance to get legal.
Right.
There was one concern with that, through the email chain, which I didn't think of this, but because of the COVID, the DMV has been closed, so they might be lacking a registration. And I said, well, whatever, if you're lacking a registration, you got one of the 4 things you need, you're over you're 3/4 of the way there. If you don't have anything, and you said, and then you're using that for an excuse, that's not a good enough excuse.
Right.
But what I wonder is, are they pulling them over? That's what I see. It's like, I come into town and I see a sheriff, and you see it on the weekends a lot too, or just the weekdays?
Almost every day.
I don't know if our last meeting I gotten the new cameras yet or not, I can't remember because I don't have a minute. But we've got brand new cameras down there and I had all law enforcement was here getting hooked up. The guy showed them they can watch it in their cars, you can see the license plate, you can see everything on those cameras. So anything going on River Street from up as far as almost the crossing to almost to the park and up Main Street, very, very clear. So they can turn their cameras back and see who they are. So I think we just need to
Make a complaint to let them
say
know.
that and have them look back. If you keep track of the time, if it's 2 o'clock on a Thursday afternoon they can go back and they can see exactly what happened. So, the cameras are very, very good. So, start.
I get breaks tonight, but I started to miss at home. All the nights I see stuff on here on the street, 11:30, 12 o'clock.
Well, yeah, tell them. But really, the cameras, that part of town, and actually I should have mentioned, I wrote a letter to Notch asking them if they'd take down that tree, because the camera, there's a whole part there that we can't see anything because those trees have grown up so much. I didn't get a reply, but it blocks a lot of the view, so.
Well, I think we're all in agreement that the ATV issue is in town. I mean, I can send emails
in the
and calls to go blue in the face, and I just keep following up with them. And I'm gonna try again this week, for this weekend, and just tell them, listen, it's
Yep.
in town, this is where we're having the complaints, where the people are, and
Yeah,
hopefully next meeting, everyone will come in and say, I saw a sheriff, I have someone pull over on Main Street.
perfect.
Because I think, like Mike said, that's what it's gonna take, it's not just sitting there watching for them, it's pull them over and say, here's your ticket. And then they'll say, okay, well, maybe I'll stop doing this every day,
Yep.
And don't worry to cry.
right?
Only when I yell at him, Mike, only when I yell at him. Oh, poor little guy, I felt so bad.
Andy?
All good?
Paul?
All good.
Okay, I'm gonna make a motion to go into executive session for employee interview.
And also,
And
I have an issue with the dogs and cats. Can we discuss that in executive session?
Yep, and then we're
After.
also gonna discuss, vacation time for an
Yep.
employee.
And garbage.
We're gonna discuss,
Wait a minute here, let me get it all. We're gonna do an interview, we're gonna do what'd you just say? Vacation time,
vacation time for a highway employee.
cat issue, what'd you say, Sherry?
Garbage.
Garbage, anything else?
You're on camera.
Thank you.
Okay, as a result of executive session, we decided that, we're gonna hire, Seth Paul, from the town highway department, and then we've also, decided that, we're going to, give Jason Weatherby, 2 weeks vacation time, for being, the assistant road foreman. And somebody needs to make a motion for that.
I'll make a motion.
Say the motion so I can write it like you're gonna say it.
I'll second
Motion
it.
to restore,
To
give.
restore Jason Weatherby's vacation time back to his previous time that he had. Keyword or before his,
I'll word it.
I would
But
say
you
to
need to
give it
say,
for him being a
because of
assistant.
him being a.
because of him being appointed
Right.
assistant road foreman.
Yep, I'll second it.
Instead of the raise, yeah.
Right, instead of increase.
Okay, well, how long are we gonna make this? Let's keep it
Well,
simple.
you can adjust it.
I'll adjust it. You don't care what I write then?
No.
Okay.
And then, we also discussed, that we're gonna do, employee reviews for the road crew.
Road crew. Well, we should do them for everybody, actually.
Sometime this week.
Okay,
We should do one for Marie.
yep, if you give me anything, I'll do one
Yeah.
for Marie. Does that mean all the ambulance people get a review?
No, because the firemen are, they're separate. I think it's full-time. So it would be the
They're full-time
road crew,
employees.
Marie, who else we have working full-time?
Anita.
Who?
Anita.
Anita.
And Anita, yeah. Okay, employee review, road crew, Anita and Marie. That way we'll do everybody at once. Okay. Do we have to vote on any of that, or was that all, we're just saying?
Did you get a second?
Oh, yes,
Wait for a second.
I seconded.
she did.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Right?
Aye. And we will adjourn at 8:50.